I am Doomsvince, and this is day 148 of Spawn Year.
I can completely sympathize with Alan McElroy and Dwayne Turner for wanting to put the curse in their comic. With the word curse in the title, I doubt if I could resist that temptation myself. It's astounding it took this long. In fact, McElroy couldn't help but have Curse say the word curse. And for Turner's part, the guy looks so darn fun to draw. He's got that big, spooky, green, tattered coat, a bionic arm, and he's always bent over like a hunchback. He has that crazy long goatee. It's a really distinct look, and he's one of the few Spawn characters who knows how to enjoy himself. The guy always has an impossibly wide grin. I'm pretty sure after Spawn crucified him in the alley, it got stuck that way. Sure, he's demented and delusional, but I'd have gone for a whole three-parter about him over the utterly plain mob boss Tony Twist, who I'm convinced I'm only expected to care about because I've heard of him, and maybe because all the unlikely plot twists make his name an irony as well. I'm a little disturbed at coming to the realization that since this book started coming up out of the open grave like a Pop-Tart again, my two favorite characters have been Curse and Malbolgia. There's no explanation whatsoever as to how Curse survived that explosion he caused in a pointless sacrifice, or so I thought, to kill Spawn last time we saw him, and yet it's no more hackneyed than the awkward way Tony Twist is sandwiched into a story that he seems to belong in at first, but it must turn out the Romans aren't after him, so this story can last 3 issues, and because a story about other mobsters trying to kill Twist for breaking their toy robot assassin just isn't that interesting. Hey, I agree. A story about Twist isn't interesting, period. At least if you leave him as the same flat stereotype he was to begin with. But good stories don't center around plot twists any more than they should center on Tony Twist. They revolve around characters. I'm expected to be invested because A, Spawn is the special thing everybody's fighting about even though he doesn't appear, and B, there's lots of continuity stuff, like Cog mentioning that Dorji is that creepy blank glasses man, or the school principal, as I like to call him, is on the loose, and Nice even mentions Curse's run-in with Sangster. I appreciate and feel a little sorry for McElroy for his immense Spawn knowledge and his finding ways to loosely tie those supplemental stories together so there's more of a deliberate reason for them to all be under one title, but without an interesting protagonist to anchor the story, it's just a bunch of semi-related stuff that happens floating on the surface. I wish I was having as much fun as these creators seem to be having. Turner's art is exciting and energetic, with a lot of simple but effectively varied panel layouts, and McElroy is going to town with Twist one-liners. Curse gives Twist the location of the assassin who took down one of his buildings with the Guinness World Record holder for largest gun one man can hold and operate, and he sure thinks he's clever every time he fires at a moving vehicle. Here's a tag for your car. Free detailing while you wait. And my favorite is when the cops show up. Not now, can't you see I'm busy? So Curse, still trying to find a way to destroy evil itself, is after Vincent, the Knight of the Templar who just happens to work for Twist, just like the Romans are. He wants Vincent's special heavenly armor and uses Twist to get to him and dissect him like he did Spawn. A little convenient he picked the same time as the Roman Mafia to go after this guy. Maybe they have something to do with why he knows about Vincent, but we're not told. So having traded the assassin's location for Vincent, our self-righteous nutcase double-crosses Twist and sends his equally smiley minions to tear him apart. After a few pages of distraction, Twist triumphantly rises from his supposed doom with no explanation as to how he survived, and I don't think we're supposed to ask, and having dispatched those mechanical devils with nothing but adrenaline and the sheer will to live, Tony jumps in a car and tries once again to commit suicide. He tries to take Curse with him, but after killing the assassin hired to take Vincent out and miraculously making it out of a death trap a la Adam West, I might expect him to have a newfound interest in living. He didn't want to die in the first place. He only put a gun in his mouth before because he thought he had no other options. But this book loves quoting Revelation, so I guess this is just here as a sign of the end times, because a man seeking death doesn't find it. Funny how the only book of the Bible that seems to have any bearing on reality in this universe at all is the most cryptic one, while everything else is all wrong except the existence of heaven and hell. So Vincent dies, Curse probably doesn't, Twist is in the hospital, and Spawn never knows the Knight Templar tried to recruit him. As usual, this whole superfluous, nonsensical story is all Spawn's fault. If you would just have picked a side already, I never would have had to waste 3 days with this. I wonder who the next arc's about. Sangster? Freak? Maybe Vandalizer? I'm hoping for Vandalizer. Signed, Captain Logan.